Hi, Matthew Holmes here from CHM Strategy. What I'd like to do today is run through how you can be using Facebook in order to create remarketing campaigns and therefore target your audiences better and potentially increase your sales and your customer conversions. So in a previous video we talked about what remarketing is, and I've also talked about Google AdWords and the different aspects of the platform of remarketing there. So we want to dive into Facebook in more detail today, because that's probably the other biggest platform that you really need to be considering when you're looking at doing remarketing. So one of the big differences between the two is that when you have you've got your website online and you've got visitors coming to the website, when somebody comes to you from Google, what is happening is that Google puts a little bit of code on your website which is called a cookie. Okay, now that cookie is basically something which then, as the user travels around the internet, Google is able to tell that they've been to your website, and as a consequence they should then show your ads to them as they visit other sites around the net. Now, the problem with this is that if somebody comes on their desktop computer and they get cookied as they visit your website, if they then go back and are browsing on the internet on their iPad or their laptop or their mobile phone, is that they are not going to be cookied on those devices, and as a consequence they won't be seeing your ads. Now, one of the ways that Google gets around this is that they do track whether or not you're logged in. So if you're logged into your Google account and somebody visits your page, then what will happen is that they will associate that with a particular user profile, and they can show it on other devices as long as you're also logged in on those devices. But it's much more limited because of this aspect that people don't tend to be logged into their Google accounts anywhere near as much as what they are with their Facebook accounts. So that's one of the big differences, is that if you're on a desktop computer, you're logged into your Facebook account like most people are as default, is that when they come to your website, the Facebook conversion pixel that you have on your website, which hopefully you've got in place, and if you've not, let me know, we can help you with that, that conversion pixel is actually going to link it to the user profile that they have visited your page. And so it's not dependent on a cookie being within a browser. So when somebody goes on their tablet to your website, or goes on their tablet on Facebook, they will see your ad even though they didn't actually visit your website on the tablet. So you get this cross-device and cross-platform ability to market that you don't necessarily get with AdWords. You can still get it with the whole user account aspect, but it's not as good and it's not as detailed and so on. Another aspect about Facebook is that they offer a lot of aspects with your ability to target people based upon their conversion or their interactions, not just their conversions, but their interactions with your content. So if you've got your Facebook page, what will happen is that if somebody interacts with elements on your Facebook page, you can build what's called a custom audience within Facebook, which is what remarketing lists are within Facebook. You can build this custom audience based on the fact that somebody has taken action or interacted with your Facebook page. So if they've liked something and so forth. You can also do it by video views, and video views are a really good way of doing it. So what you can be doing is you can be putting content related videos out there on Facebook, beg your pardon. So you've got a nice big video, say you're talking about retirement villages, it's just an informational video about the 10 things that you need to be considering when making your decision about a retirement village. What happens is, even if people don't actually take action as a result of watching that, as they watch it and as they engage with that video, Facebook is going to tag the fact that they have watched your video. You can then go back and you can create a whole stack of custom audiences from the people that engage with your video. Now that may be people who have watched 5% of the video. It may be people that have watched 25% of the video, and it may be, you may want to do people who've watched 75% of the video. Now, clearly somebody who has watched 75% of the video is probably more important to you from a conversion point of view than somebody who has watched 5% of the video, because if they're more engaged with your message, then it's more likely that they're going to take action. So for somebody like this, even though they've first watched an informational video, you may then want to be sort of doing sales type video. If I spelled sales right, you might want to do sales type videos, which are pushing the person to take action because they're clearly a bit warmer than somebody who's only watched 5%. This 5%, you may want to be showing them sort of other testimonial videos or other informational type videos in an attempt to warm them up. And hopefully you can then get them onto these lists where they're doing even more interaction with your content. And as a result of that, then they're going to be put onto the sales videos. Now, you may also want to put these, show these guys some, some other videos about testimonials and how fantastic your product is and so on, stuff which isn't directly pushing them to take action in an attempt to warm them up and convert them further. But that just gives you a bit of an idea about how you can be using Facebook audiences and be working out how warm somebody is based upon the degree of interaction that they've had with your content. And you may decide to spend more of your budget on getting these people to actually convert and take that final step, or you may find that it's actually better for you to try and sort of warm more people up in this lesser engaged audience, or you may want to do both. Okay, you're going to have to test it and see which works best for you. So if you're currently running Facebook ads and you'd like to get some advice on, are you doing the right things? Are they optimized in the way that they should be? Is your conversion tracking in place? All these types of things. Get in touch with us. We can do an audit on your accounts for you and give you some advice. Or if you'd just like to find out more about these types of topics, then be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. So basically, whenever we release a new topic, we'll let you know so that you can be up to date with these types of things. We're going to use these video series to touch on new topics as they become available. If Facebook offers a new way of targeting people, then we'll discuss it in these videos, just so you can be kept up to date and with what's happening in the industry and so forth. So hope you found this useful and hope to see you again soon.